All right, here we are. Another Tuesday, another restorative, another Nidra. We're going to begin in your choice of a forward fold using any props that you have. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Sorry. We're going to start in a back bend because then we'll do forward fold and then we'll come back to lay down on the ground. So let's do some sort of a supported fish pose with whatever you have for tools. If you have a nice bolster that you could ramp up and lay back on, that would minimize spine extension and just kind of provide a nice soft reclining. You can also use yoga blocks or one of these squish balls or your rolled up blanket underneath your spine. And then observe the amount of extension in your neck. And if it feels okay to have your head all the way to the ground, then that's awesome. But if you might benefit from just a little bit of something underneath your head, let's do that. And because we're going to hold this for a little while tonight, just remember that sensations can get intense with these longer holds. And you don't have to suffer through it. Feel free to wiggle out of it if it just gets to be too much. And then you can drop in back when you want to. For arm position, could be cactus, out to the sides, or even beside you. Potential leg options, the butterfly. Feet flat, knees resting inward, or legs extended with something underneath your legs, such as a bolster. Thanks for coming, and thanks for watching this later if you missed us live. Need some of this subdued energy today. How's your breathing? Where are you sensing the most obvious expansion when you breathe in? Feel free to let the belly canopy. A low and wide breath, a little less in the chest, less in the shoulders, certainly trying to keep that rising and falling out of your neck. And breathing more with those internal breath muscles. Most of that is instinctual, reflexive. Don't have to think too much about that, but maybe you can sense how your pelvic floor and your diaphragm are moving together as a cylinder. As you inhale, that cylinder descends downward. As you exhale, it rebounds. Connecting to sounds of breath if you like. If you like the Ujjayi pranayama with your throat slightly restricted, go easy with that. That can be actually a stimulating breath. But I think it's okay to use it as long as we keep it really soft and quiet and soothing. Reduce any holding or gripping around your eyes, your cheeks, your forehead, shoulders melting down and back. Feeling the effects of gravity as if you were able to control it and turn it up so that you could Relax even more back down into your supports. Following the fluctuations of the mind without engaging. So easy to say, much more challenging to achieve. But here we can offer ourselves some grace and know that when we're conscious, the mind is just going to percolate. Things are going to bubble up for us. And step away from that a little bit. Just listen. Listen without trying to solve or diagnose or prescribe. Listen because it's interesting and it's you and it's relevant. If it wasn't relevant for you, it wouldn't come up. Try to lengthen your exhales a bit more these next few cycles. And if counting the length of your breaths helps you to stay present and out of distractive thoughts, then do that. Counting the inhale length. And counting the length of your exhale. Just take 3 more breaths. If you have anything underneath your legs, scooch that off to the side. Arrange yourself so that you can remove whatever you have underneath your spine for your back bend. And then come back down just for a moment here. We're going to neutralize. Option to bend your knees. Oof, that was intense for me. A few breaths, just finding our baseline. Let's send our feet just a little wider here with knees bent. Let your legs turn towards the right so that your left hip is rotating inward. Arms can come back out to a T, and then your head can turn towards your left hand, allowing for a little bit of rotation. Left shoulder stays heavy. Let's go the other way. brief pause. As you come back to center, let's softly mobilize the hips. Hands can come to the knees, or you could even do this without the support of your hands. Take your legs towards you and then split them wide apart. Bring your knees back together and then once again draw them in. And we'll just cycle through some mirrored rotations. Free up your pelvis to tuck under when it wants to, and tip forward when it wants to. You can go the other way, push forward, pull apart, draw in, and squeeze together. 3 more times or so. And then choose a route up to a seated destination where we're going to build ourselves a forward flexed spine position. And you've all probably done enough of these to know which one's your favorite. And you could do your favorite one, but you could also get out of your comfort zone and do something a little different. One option would be to butterfly the legs in kind of a wide, more like a diamond shape. Maybe make a little bolster support and lay forward on that. You could fold over your legs without support. Two forward legs fold as a choice, with or without props. And then that final choice can be to take a wide leg position for your base and fold over towards the earth. And with these yin poses, we aren't too fussy on alignment. Let your body organize that. You're looking for comfort and maybe just the edge of stretches. Just finding that first sign of tension on the muscle tissues. And then we try to promote relaxation through the deep breathing. Bring your mind's awareness more towards the posterior side of your body, from your tailbone, traveling up the spine, through the middle back, neck region. And just try to promote a little bit more expansion towards that back side as you inhale. Hamstrings could also be included in those points of awareness. Take a really slow trip back up out of that fold. Feel free to use your arms for support. Sit upright just for a moment once you do get vertical. You can rearrange your legs. And before we head back down to our back for some final twists, let's create a little cat-cow action in this lounging pose. Step your hands behind you, bend your knees, take your feet pretty wide, and then just let your whole spine arc into a back bend and tuck and round into some subtle flexion. Thinking of tailbone and sternum as those moving landmarks in both directions. And see how the breath wants to coordinate, even if it does. Let the shoulders shrug and unshrug, hug together or expand apart. Last couple. Final one. And then retreat back down to a supine position. We'll draw the legs in, give ourselves a little squeeze there, create some soft rocks in a side-to-side pattern. And then arrange a spine twist. Legs can be crossed, ankle or thighs. You can shimmy the hips one direction or the other and then let the legs move over in the opposite direction. This is where a support system could be super helpful here, so you don't feel like you have to hold yourself. We aren't too picky about which way we twist first. It might be helpful to sense your breath on the side that's lengthening in that twist. Breathing from armpit to shoulder to hip and everything in between. Maybe there's a way we can make the breath a little bit smoother, polishing off the edges, rolling waves of breath. Utilize an inhale breath to come out of your twist. Find that middle ground, bringing everything back down The center of your mat mostly neutral. Second round of twists. And it wouldn't be wrong to explore something a little different on this side if your body is calling for something different. I notice I have just a little less range of motion when I twist in this direction, so I've got even more support under myself, so I can let go and trust that that prop is going to hold me in the pose. Take your time retreating out of that twist, and then just do whatever feels right once you arrive back to your backside. If you want to do a little rocking of the legs or a full body stretch, maybe some of those little swirly things with the hips. We're just starting to wind down even more here and get out the fidgets before we build our resting nest for Nidra. The next stop is to get yourself arranged for the meditation. Gathering all the things that you want and need to be most comfy, satisfied. My Nidra recipe pretty much stays the same. It's pretty traditional from what I learned, and I don't stray from the script all that much, just because I have found that That recipe generally is pretty delicious for most folks. It's kind of like a certain recipe, mom's chicken soup, something like that. And it becomes really nourishing and comfortable and familiar. Comfort food, only for your mind and your body. So as usual, I'll be guiding you through that point-by-point body journey. And all you need to do is try to relax even more there and just hold your attention in the body part. Sense the area. You can use an imaginary light to sense the area. You could imagine there's like a little flashlight shining there, or a smaller version of you. Perhaps a symbol, whatever you're drawn to, whatever that you can stay connected to. And I'll be offering some affirmations, as I always do, towards the end of the practice. But for now, maybe you can think of something that you need more of in your life, something that you want to live, something that you want to manifest, and create an I am statement around that. And if you can't think of anything, it's totally fine just to be here and be guided into rest. Sense your body as a whole system, imagining all those processes that are going on without your conscious control. The workings of your circulatory system, respiratory system, digestion, temperature control, all that internal activity that thankfully you don't have to organize. And we can trust in our body for this next 30 minutes or so to know what it needs. Now feel into the weight of your bones, your skeletal system, connective tissue, your muscles, releasing any of that unnecessary holding or unintentional gripping, especially around shoulders, neck, face, your smiling muscles and your concentration muscles. Let that go. Notice the container of your skin. Sensing any air that you feel in your skin, or any clothing or blankets that are touching your skin. And then notice your breath. Surrender any attempts to control it. Try to let it be. Continuing to observe the waves of your breath without trying to change it. Soft and smooth. Energy moving. Body in stillness. Hold your attention at the center of your forehead. Drop back a little bit more towards the middle of your skull, the root of what we know as the third eye space, your seat of intuition. Bring your attention to your eyes and your eyelids resting. Sensation of nostrils, breath exchange. Observing any scents that come upon you without trying to decipher what they are. Sensation of lips, tongue, mouth, and teeth. Guide your awareness to your throat. Right shoulder, elbow, wrist, connect your mind to your right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, spaces between your fingers on your right hand, palm of your hand, the back of your right hand, right wrist, elbow, right shoulder. And feel your right arm as a whole, more relaxed, at ease. Bring your attention to your throat. Now to your left shoulder, elbow, left wrist, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, left hand. Observe the spaces between your fingers right now. Sense your left palm. Now the back of your left hand. Relax your left wrist, left elbow, back to the left shoulder. Sense your left arm. Come back to your throat. Guide your attention down to the center of your chest. Move to the right side of your chest, middle of your chest, left side of your chest, draw your awareness to the middle of your chest. Bring your awareness to the area that surrounds your navel. Letting go. Drop into the middle of your pelvis. Letting go even more. Turn to the right side of your pelvis. Sense your right hip joint. Right knee. Right ankle. Feel your first toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe on your right foot, be aware of space between your toes. In your mind, see your footprint, the sole of your foot. Now highlight sensation on the top of your right foot. Right ankle, right knee, right hip, right side of your pelvis, feel into the low middle of your pelvis. Left side of your pelvis, left hip joint, left knee, left ankle, left first toe, second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, your fifth toe on your left foot, observe space between your toes. Feel into the bottom of your left foot. Top of your left foot. left ankle, left knee, traveling your attention to your left hip joint. Left side of your pelvis. Middle of the pelvis. Belly. Chest. Throat. Hold your attention at the third eye. Now notice just the right side of your body. Imagine the right side of your body filled with sunlight, warmth. A radiant and warm sensation on the right side. Now sense only the left side of your body. Imagine it dark and cool. Sensation of midnight on the left side of your body. Cool. Quiet. Let the light from the right side of your body softly expand and centralize at the heart. And let the darkness and the shadows from the left side of your body fill the rest of your body for deep rest. Your light centered at the heart. Everything else more subdued. Letting that lantern of light at the heart stay and then remain illuminated. Also bring a light to the third eye space to reveal once again your intention, your sankalpa. Whole body at rest. Effortless. Unencumbered. I invite you to receive the affirmations. You can sweep aside anything that doesn't resonate and plant a seed for the things that do. I accept myself exactly as I am right now. I am receptive to change. I am resilient in my body, in my mind, and in my spirit. My thoughts do not define me. I make wise choices for the benefit of myself and my community. I am loved. I'm valuable. I am incomparable. I am resting. I am aware. I feel rested. I'm content. Bring your attention back to the way your breath is. And just barely make it more intentional. As if your breath could fertilize your sankalpa, your intention, and your resolve. Notice your whole body at rest. Still a more subdued, dark space throughout the body as the heart is lit. Starting to feel that vibrance travel outward and upward and downward to start to illuminate your trunk. From your throat to the root of your body, the pelvic floor, the tailbone. Let that sensation of light continue beyond your pelvis to your legs, through your knees and all the way down to the soles of your feet. To your toes and extending beyond your toes. Imagining that light now moving from the throat down the collarbones to shoulders, arms, wrists, and hands, flowing out your fingertips. And call your attention back to the heart space. intersecting with throat, and arriving once again to the back of the third eye. Light flooding that space, extending forwards, backwards, and upwards beyond the crown of your head. That light is simply your awareness. Your awareness of being here right now in this body. This body which is at rest. No effort. Full body sensation. Full body breathing awareness. Expansive inhale. Grounding exhale. Filling up again. And then a full and complete exhalation to empty. Take some time here to breathe in a way that feels natural for you, satisfying, connected. As you start to really softly and slowly move your body in any way. Fingers and toes might be the first thing to come back online. Just work from there. Sometimes we feel just a little bit of a stiffness in our backside, around our hips, even around the shoulders. So a little movement can kind of get us out of that stiff state. The whole while trying to stay in the zone of relaxation just a little longer. Take a few moments onto your side. Snuggle your legs in a little closer to your torso and let your spine flex and round like fetal pose. If you're not quite ready to return to your seat, just remain. We'll close practice with just a few moments of stillness and silence, noticing our body in this new state. Maybe being somewhat in awe of this constant growth and flux and evolution and adaptation. Thank you for being here so that we could share this practice together. I hope the gifts that you granted yourself tonight will stay close to you for a long while. I'll see you soon. Namaste.